Milo, how we doing here?
What's up, everyone? First of all, I just want to welcome you all to the show. Welcome to another episode of Coach's Corner on AMP. This is your host, Coach Maelo, and today we're going to be discussing all things esports. We're going to be talking about the NBA, the NBA 2K League, NBA 2K as a game, a little bit about Atlanta, the music scene, and, man, everything related to Hawks Talent GC as well. That's the affiliated team for the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA 2K League. Today, Manny Supreme, my co-host, is not going to make it, but I'm here with my guy, starting shooting guard for Hawks Talent GC and the number one pick in the 2023 NBA 2K League draft, MDS. What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Getting ready for the ticket. Preparing. I'm here to help you today with this podcast.
What's up, man? How was your weekend? Tell me about your weekend.
My weekend, it was cool. I went to a AAU tournament. One of my homies played in it with Cam Wilder, and I was just watching. It was just good vibes.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah.
Where was this?
Dobbs Rec Center, pretty sure. Yeah.
There's a lot of basketball going on in Atlanta at all times,
Yeah,
man. Like
definitely.
like if you like basketball, Atlanta is one of the cities that you want to be in, bro, for sure. Remember, like, you can interact with us. You can join the chat. You can join the conversation by calling in if you want to. Make sure you guys stay active all day long, all night long. We're going to be talking to you, and I want to hear from you as well.
Yep.
So, man, today I want to talk about esports a little bit, like how esports is taking over the world right now, and like from an international point of view, globally, and the impact that esports have had in society.
Yep.
Like you as an esports professional, as a player, someone that makes their living off of esports, what can you say about that?
Really, just the opportunity that I got being 18 and just coming into a situation like this, being 18, like the money you make is good. You moving out your parents' house, it's just like, it's a good alternative for kids if you don't want to go to college, because college isn't for everybody. So if you can find a different path like I did, it might be what's best for you.
You know, I feel like esports has had a crazy impact, not only in society, but also in culture, man. Like, if you think about it, like, the popularity of esports in the past decade, probably during the pandemic as well, like in 2020, just, like, exploded in a way that we wasn't prepared for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, right now, it's a mainstream form of entertainment, we could say. Like, it's up there with, like, movies, traditional sports. Like, you have millions of fans, players worldwide that follow esports that are crazy about this industry and that are actually, like, really excited to just, like, follow their players and the teams and the competitions and all that, you know? And I feel like from a cultural point of view, esports has also been challenging the ideas that we had of what a sport is.
Yeah.
You know, like, the traditional sports are actually now at jeopardy in a way, because, like, people are like, is esports a sport? Like, should we consider gaming a sport?
Yeah.
Like, what makes gaming a sport? Like, for you, like, your craft, NBA 2K, how would you tell someone, like, one of these doubters that would say, like, oh, this guy's not an athlete, like, he's not a sports person? Like, how would you sell the idea of you being an elite athlete by gaming?
Yeah, that would be a hard way to answer, but like, we have to do the necessary things NBA players have to do. Like, we have to train. We have to like training for us is not working out, but it's like we working on our game. Some people have to work on defense. Some people's working on offense, shots in the corner, catching shoots, things like that. Like regular NBA players do. We got drills we do. People shoot around. You get shoot around sessions. We got practice. Like, we got a full schedule. Like, we got scrimmages, real games, interviews, conferences. The same thing as them. So it's like, it's the same thing, but it's just from the public eye, you wouldn't really know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, man. I feel like people can debate whether if it's a sport or not, but, like, the sheer number of fans and players, they would all tell you, like, the level of skill that is required, you know, like the training that's required, the mental toll that it takes on you, and how you guys prepare for these events. Like, it is for sure it's not a hobby anymore.
No,
you know, like, gaming is not a hobby anymore. And this has led to the creation of all these new leagues, these tournaments, these competitions. And even, like, some governments that I know of, they already started recognizing esports as a sport. Like, for example, like in my country, in the Dominican Republic, we have a national federation for esports, like a sports federation. It works the same as the basketball federation or the soccer federation. And I'm pretty sure there's got to be, like, that level of government entity here in the United States as well.
I agree.
Don P is saying definitely a sport. Yes, sir. That it is definitely a sport, man.
Definitely a sport. Appreciate that.
Love goes into this. These guys, the way they prepare, like for example, our practices here at Hawks Island GC, we can go from 5 hours to 7 hours, 8 hours a day on any given day, man. It's like watching film, or like these guys are working on their animations and their skill moves, and just like the brain, eye, hand coordination that you guys have to develop, like that makes it a skill on its own, and that's something that you have to craft. That you got to work on that craft as well, you know. Another thing about esports that I feel like they have impacted society and culture is by changing the way we think about gaming as a whole. It's, you know, like historically, gaming has been something that we do alone. Like people sit alone in their rooms, they play video games, and that was kind of like, oh, these guys are not very socially active. You know, like gamers were looked upon like, oh, these are nerds, or like these guys don't want to go outside, they don't play no sports, they don't interact in human activities in a way. But now, like with the rise of esports, I feel like gaming has become more of a social activity. Like the players, they be forming teams, or you practice together, you compete against each other, you play in front of large audiences. Like there's a lot of people that follow you on social media that want to talk to you, that want to know how you guys did it. And this has led to like a new sense of community, and you know, like a friendship, and like a, I don't know how to explain it, but like there's something like around amongst gamers.
Yeah,
it's like a community, and like you guys vouch for each other, you like support each other in a way.
I can say from this, like a lot of my close friends, I do have a lot at home, but like most of them are from the game that I knew since I was 15, 14 years old, and other people can say the same. Like most people, super close friends they met playing the video game, most likely.
Yeah,
especially if they're in esports, like even for the Call of Duty League, they like most of them players, they all knew each other from the game, and then they just got super close. Now they best friends. They teamed up and stuff like that.
Like you look at us, for example. Like we met earlier this year, right? Like different situations brought us together, but like it was all through the game, and all through the esport. And then another thing about esports and how they're impacting society right now is the career opportunities, man. Like, I feel like it has opened up so many new career opportunities for young people in this country and in the world. You know, like the growth of esports and their industry, like there's now jobs in fields that you wouldn't think about, like management, or like social media, or, you know, like there's guys that are doing video, or they're doing content for us, or like you can be a player, you can be a coach, you can be a psychologist. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into like the professional aspect of gaming and the esport industry, that right now, like I can tell you, like here at Hawks Island GC, we probably have a team of like maybe 15, 16 people that are actually like directly working with Hawks Island GC as a brand and as an organization. So, and this has just created new pathways for young people to, you know, like pursue their passions and see gaming not only as a way out of their like boredom, of just like, you know, something you do for fun, but also a pathway for you to follow your dreams and actually make some money and create a career. So it's also like kind of like help dispel the stereotype of gaming as a waste of time. Like I'm pretty sure like when you told your parents that you wanted to go and for a career in gaming, that was shocking for them, right? Like
super shocking, especially for my dad, because around the time I told him, it was like right when my sophomore season was over and we lost state. I remember we lost state, and I was like, Dad, like, I know you and my mom talked to that, because at first when I was winning all the tournaments, my mom didn't see where the money was coming from, so she thought I was like a scammer or something. Right. So then she told my dad, and then that just brought questions, and then I showed my dad my streams and everything from Twitch, and then I was like, I think this, like, I'm gonna go for the 2K League. He's like, that's cool, you can do it, but I just need you, like, I still need you locked in school. So that was the thing, and my mom wasn't with it until like I graduated maybe. And then I went to a community college. I was like, nah, this is just in a way, like I can't. I'm just in a. It's like I can't do it. And she's like, okay, so you got into the draft. If you don't get drafted, then you're done. I knew I was getting drafted, but I didn't tell her because I just didn't like want to seem like a super. Because she knows me as like a kid with I'm humble, but I knew I was getting drafted, so I was just like I was chilling. My dad knew too from all the events. So at that point, she was like, "Okay, we'll see how this goes." And my dad knew, but I just told her not to. I told him not to tell her, and then she was just shocked on draft day when she saw the sham tweet and everything like that.
You know, it's interesting because, like, for me, it was different. Like, I've been playing video games all my life, but like, I never thought about a career in gaming up until like recently. You know, like, I went to college, I did my whole thing. I got a master's degree in something totally unrelated, and then like the world, like, and just life brought me into this. You know, and for me, when I told my parents and my family members and my friends, it's like, oh, I'm giving this up and I'm gonna pursue a career in video games. You know, like I'm gonna be a coach for an esports team. Everyone was shocked, like, oh my god, like why are you doing this? Like, is that legit? Like, it's something that you can live off? And man, it's been good for me so far. You know, it's brought me here to this city, this new culture. Like, it's allowed me to meet a lot of people, like grow my network and all that, and it's something that I definitely do not regret and that I want to continue to pursue, you know. And then another thing that I want to point out about esports and how they have been affecting not only society but also like pop culture is the way that in my opinion, gaming and esports, they changed the way that we are consuming content, if that makes sense. You know, like with the rise of streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, I feel like people started following those because of gaming more than like IRL content. And you know, like people just watching their favorite gamers playing a random video game, or just like now watching esports competition from anywhere in the world at any time. I feel like that has created a platform for these apps like Twitch and YouTube to just kind of like explode and take on this new generation of people that want to be entertained. And you know, like now, like people start maybe building their brand by playing video games, and then they transition into something totally different, and now they're like the superstars of nowadays. Like you see the guys that are now getting millions of dollars in contracts just to have like an exclusivity deal with one of the new apps that just dropped.
That's crazy, because like thinking about all the people that came up, like Kai, he used to be a 2K streamer. Phantom, he was a 2K YouTuber streamer. Duke, Solomonati, Aiden Ross, Bruce Drop 'em Off. Like all those guys came from the 2K community, and they just like once they got big enough, they just branched off. Now
right, and you look at those guys right now, and they're like probably one of the main ingredients in pop culture nowadays. Like you see, like Kai, like a name like Kai right now, he's probably one of the most seek out entertainments. Like people just really want to see what he's doing, what he's up to. Like every time he goes live, there's millions of people watching what he's doing. And just like the money that moves, the entertainment business that comes with just like streaming and coming from a gaming background tells you like how many opportunities you have in this world. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like I feel like in conclusion, like esports have had a profound impact in society. I feel like just what I was saying, like challenging traditional ideas about sports, gaming, entertainment, just creating new opportunities for players, fans, and professionals now, like just building careers for people. And man, I feel like as the esports industry is going to continue to grow, it's going to continue to evolve, and then it's just going to, like new impacts and new innovations might emerge. I feel like there's some things that start within the gaming community that then become mainstream, like we were saying, like Kai or Aiden Ross and those guys. And I feel like that's just going to continue to happen. Like maybe 10 years down the line, like I can't tell you what's going to be like with the esports industry. Like I remember, I believe it was last summer here in Atlanta at State Farm Arena, they hosted the semifinals for the League of Legends World Cup or something like that. And from my understanding, like State Farm Arena was sold out, like completely sold out for 3 days or something like that, for a whole weekend. Like that's not an easy feat.
No, it's not.
And you have guys that are traveling from all across the world coming to Atlanta to watch a esports competition. And like that just gives you an idea of like how much potential you have within this industry.
No, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
Man, yeah, that was great, man. Now, moving on to the next section of this show today, we're going to be inviting Don P from the rap group Trillville. He's already right here, man, so I'm going to let him in. I'm excited to talk to this guy. But I've heard a lot about this guy and how much he loves 2K. I heard he actually went for the 2K League once, so I definitely want to hear from him and all that. What's up, Don? How you doing, man?
What up? What's going on?
What's up, my man? How you doing? How's your Monday going?
Man, everything going good, man. Just sitting here listening to y'all, man. Just, you know what I mean? Just like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is like a dream come true. Like just hearing like about the E-League and just how far it's come. You know what I mean? I prayed for this day since I was like 4.
That's fire, man. You know, for our fans and people in the 2K community, I want to ask you some questions about your music. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about that and just like kind of introduce yourself to this new community of fans that might want to learn more about that and get to know you a little bit better. So I'm gonna open up the floor and just kind of let you introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This your boy Don P from the legendary platinum group Trillville.
Yes, sir.
Our first single, Never Ever Get On My Level. Our biggest record to date would be Some Cut, the Bed Street record. What it is, yo, what's up? Get the player, just keep in touch, you know what I mean? But I just started out producing in high school. And some of my high school friends that rap, I was just like, yo, let's do a group. I thought I was Puffy back in the day. So I had them all signed contracts in the 9th grade. And I was like, we're going to be big. You know what I'm saying? So, but it actually happened. It's like we just manifested it, and the rest is history, man. Which was really cool. And we just be working, man, just doing shows and just having a good time.
Yo, what's up, Don? It's your boy MDS. So I got a question for you today. How you doing?
What's up, bud? Hey, we was at the draft party, man. We was celebrating when you got drafted.
Yes, sir. I'm grateful for that to this day, man. I'm definitely grateful. So I got a question for you. What do you think are the best moments of your musical career so far?
I would have to say, well, we came up under Lil Jon, so me being a producer and a rapper, just being able to work with Lil Jon, man, and just watch him work and just being under his tutelage was probably that in itself was just crazy. But other than that, just every time we do shows and the love we get, man, just being able to, make somebody day, to have that power, you know what I mean, come with great responsibility. So anytime we able to get on that stage and people just having a blast and it's just one big party and people come up to you like, yo, we had a good time, great show, just stuff like that really moves me, just, touching the people.
That's fire, man. That's fire. We've been talking about gaming. I don't know if you were tuned in with the show since the beginning, but talking about that and how many opportunities gaming and esports are opening up right now. I wanted to ask you, coming from the musical industry, the hip hop industry specifically, what do you think about the connection between gaming and the musical industry?
Oh no, it's awesome, man. No, I love it. I love it. It's crazy because I remember when music first started getting on the games, and we started actually trying to make music for the actual games. We got this one song we did for 2K called "Swoosh Nothing But Net."
Oh, I think I know that one. Yeah.
So we never actually turned it in, but we made it. You know what I'm saying? And every time my manager see me playing the game or something, he'd be like, man, you need to get him that swoosh nothing but net. I'm like, I was 12 years old. But I think it's cool, man. I love it because, sports and music always went hand to hand. So, like y'all was talking about earlier with the esports, that is technically a sport. It is a sport because, like MDS was saying, you're doing all the same things and everybody can't do what they do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's only a certain group of people that can play like they play. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a sport. So yeah, music and sport go hand in hand.
So I got another question for you. How did you get started with gaming?
Man, I've been gaming since I was a little kid, man. I don't want to give away my age too much, but man, I started out.
What was your first console?
Man, I started out with the Atari 2600. Bro. Relax. Everybody relax.
Wait, when was that?
Huh?
What year was that? Was I born?
You were not born.
I don't know, but the Atari 2600 came out in 1982.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even thought of.
But I didn't start playing it. I didn't start playing it until I was older.
Yeah.
Somebody gave it to me.
Yeah.
So, but then Nintendo came out, and of course, I was big on Double Dribble, and I just always liked basketball anyway. So any basketball game, I played. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I always, because I was the only child, so the one thing I always wanted to do was play with other people. So I even went off and bought I don't know if y'all remember this, but it was this thing called an X-Band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so what you did was you had to plug in your modem, and then when it found somebody to play, your phone will ring. And then you'll have to and then it'll connect you. It's like dial.
Yeah, man, you're taking me back with that.
Yo, it's crazy how it's changed nowadays.
You're taking me back, bro.
Yeah, it was slow as heck. You know what just to see the evolution of it, man, like, it's just crazy. I even took off from music from 2016 to 2017, if I'm not mistaken, to pursue, like, the E-League, the whole E-League thing. Like, what year was the grind, the grind year? Where you had
It was 17.
17, so I took off from music for year 2016 to 17, and I think 18 to try to make the E-League. Like, I was playing every single day. We had our team. I was in rec. We had our pro-am team.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah, and I literally went broke. Like, I didn't do no shows or nothing. Like, one day I'm sitting there playing because I was, like, playing so much. I'm sitting there playing and the lights went out. Like, I ain't even pay a light bill, bro. Like, that's how crazy it was. You know what I mean? So, I really tried to make it, like, those 3 years.
And then, wait, so the game, your lights went out. Was you winning before it went out? Or you think y'all lost?
Man, you know what? I'm not sure if we won or not, but I know I was mad. I know my girl was pissed. She was like, "What is going on? What's going on?" I was like, "Oh,
That's dedication right there. That's dedication. Man, I love that story, by the way. Thank you for sharing that. We got some guys in the chat there laughing at that story, man. That's lovely, man. I wanted to ask you, like, since you're such an avid 2K fan, what would you say was your favorite NBA 2K game up to date?
I have to say, man, because I was really balling around, like I have to say 2K, 2K17, like when we really started, maybe 18, that year after that 18, because my man was on point.
What type of build you had?
The year before they brought the Jordan rig back. What year was that?
That was, I believe it was 15 maybe? When the Jordan rig came back?
No, Jordan Rake just came back.
No, the Jordan rig came back 17.
No, it didn't. Jordan Rake
No,
just
it came
came
back like 18.
It was like 18 and 19, because 17 they
19.
had walk-on pro-am.
I mean, we have it right here. We can check.
Yeah, walk on pro. Yep.
Let's see, let's check.
No, it was 18. You're right. It was 18. It was 18.
Yeah, so between that 17, 18, those two are my favorite, dog. Like, man, I was the man, dog. I swear, bro. Like, I was that guy.
You know, a lot of people be saying that 18 and 16 are their favorite games. I remember Manny Supreme was here the other day, and he was telling me that 16 was his favorite game because of the soundtrack.
No, he said 13.
Oh, he said 13.
13.
He said 13. Yeah, that was the one with the JC soundtrack. Like when it comes to music, what's your favorite 2K? Do you remember any particular soundtrack that you liked a lot?
Ooh, that's a good one. Man, that's a good one. I can't really just put my finger on. Man, it had to be. Man, that's a good one.
Or I got another question. What's your favorite song you ever heard on 2K? Like from a 2K you've played?
Oh man, that's another good one. It's been so many, bro. Like, it's all a blur. Like, it's just so many, and I just spent so many hours on it. Like, on the game, I can't even think of my favorite song on 2K. I can't even. So many, bro. Like, so many, dog.
No, I feel you, man. I remember it was 2K15 that had Pharrell Williams that he did the soundtrack for that game. That was probably my favorite when it comes to music.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh yeah, I remember.
He did 15. Yeah, that was fire. Man, we have a question for you in the chat.
I can't remember.
It was 2K13.
13, yeah.
When they teamed up with JD, that was dope.
Yeah.
So we have a question for you in the chat. Paper Cash is asking, what position is your my player?
Oh, I was always point guard, and I was a tall point guard, like 6'7".
Oh, you're one of the glitchy ones.
So like Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
I know you couldn't shoot.
6'7" point guard, but I thought I was like, even though I was like a real tall point guard, the only reason I was a tall point guard because I wanted to be able to shoot and dunk.
Mm-hmm.
So I made myself 6'7", but my mind frame was always like a Chris Paulish type of point guard. So I saw the game evolve where people don't really pass as much now. But back then, I would just want to, like, I would like have like so many dimes, like it'll be like 25 and 12, or I'd pull off a 30 and like 10, or 25 and 15, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to love to like pass and get dimes, and then when people thought I was gonna pass, I'd come down and dunk. Or if I'm open in the corner, I'm definitely knocking that three down. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I got 2 questions for you. When you played, who was one of the best players you ever played against when you was going for the E-League?
Ooh, man, I can't. I won't be able to remember the names, but I know I was trying my ass off. But I was trying. I was trying so hard, bro. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, but it's so many good players, man. Like, in the different styles. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that was my next question.
Especially, I can't stand the dribbling. The dribble. It be like it was hard for me to, because I was so big. It was hard for me to kind of stay in front of the smaller point guard.
Yeah.
But this dude named D. Stay Ready. He was like a 6.
Oh, I don't Stay Ready. I think I played against him.
Bro, you do not know who that is.
I remember that name, bro. I'm telling you, I remember that name.
Like, come on, bro.
I've been playing for years, boy. I remember that name. I'm telling you.
You don't know him.
D. Stay Ready. He was like a 6'1". Like, he was really small. But he could just, like, dribble his butt off and then he could shoot from just anywhere. It was, like, the craziest thing. Like, it used to drive me nuts.
So when you played pro-am, did you run, like, 5 wide motion? Like, what type of offense did you run as a point guard?
So before everybody started running 5 wide, that's how we actually got better. So we used to run this little random offense, and then I'd call out these little weird plays. I'd be like cross, and that'll be like one person on each side, or like cross, and then it'll confuse the defense, and then I can pass it to whoever open type thing, or we'll run like a pick and roll. But one time when we got up there, we started running into these really good teams, and we was like, hold up, wait a minute, they not moving. We was like, nobody's moving, like everybody's in one spot. So that's when people start, the higher up we got, we started seeing the 5 outs.
Right.
So then we kind of developed, like we started running the 5 out, and then we got better and better, as we kept progressing. So we started running the 5 out after a while, and it was kind of hard because I was so tall of a point guard that I get ripped, because I gotta be able to penetrate. I gotta be able to really dribble when you run that 5 out.
Yeah, definitely.
So we kind of ran a semi 5-ish out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So another question for you. How familiar are you with the 2K League?
Man, I love it, dog. Like, when I say, like, aside from me really, really trying to make it those years, and like my lights cutting off, I was really like, I really like keep up with it, like, especially like with the drafts and stuff, like, especially when I, anytime I can, I definitely check it out. I'll go on the YouTube and just check out. And then since I've been, messing with y'all, like went to the draft and all that stuff, whenever I can chime in, like if I'm like on the road or something, I try to, check out a few games. And it's just the bigger it gets, like the more excited I'm getting, because I'm really rooting for it to just be like this huge, like just like even crazier than it is now. So, I definitely tap in with the E-League, and it's just amazing to watch, man. Like, the skill level is insane. Like, it's insane. Like, people don't understand how hard it is. Like, people just think, like you said, oh, you just sitting there playing. No, bro, that's a whole nother skill set that I feel like people will appreciate, down the line, as y'all keep going.
And it's only getting harder, man. It's only getting more competitive every year.
Definitely.
So everyone in the chat, please drop your questions for Don P. We're going to have him for a few more minutes here, so if you have any questions, this is the time. Don, I have another question for you. Like, going away from 2K a little bit, like, what are other games that you enjoy playing?
I play 2K most of the time, but aside from 2K, I play Call of Duty. I play RV6. RV6 is cool because it's like really intense. You know what I'm saying? What else I play? I like to play, of course, GTA 5. And stuff like that. And then when I'm in my adventure mode, I play something like God of War, or like something like The Last of Us, or Days Gone, or something like that. You know what I mean? But most of the time, or Madden for sure. I definitely play Madden. But once 2K come out, I just be like, bro.
So are you excited for 24? Are you excited for 24?
Oh man, I'm super excited, dog, because this is the first year crossplay, right?
Yeah.
Yep, definitely is.
Yeah. Oh heck yeah! So I'm stoked.
So are you back? Are you back in the competitive scene this year? Can we expect to see you in the pro am?
Oh no, definitely, no, definitely. I'm definitely getting back on my 2K like bars, because like okay, so this year, I got a little busy with the music, but this year I did do a little bit of my career, but after that I just did kind of play online and try to be like greatest of all time, to go up the ladder.
Right.
And I actually made it, to be honest. I could screenshot it. John PAK Collier. Oh, that's my gamer tag. But I made it to the greatest of all time just playing, online mode.
Oh, so you're actually good at the game.
This year, huh?
You're actually good at the game then. If you made it that far, we gotta invite you over.
I'm good. I'm really good.
No, we gotta invite you over, man. You gotta come to the facility and play against these guys.
I think you can beat Milo.
Nah. I got me.
I got you, Don. I got you beating Milo.
We're gonna put it together. I'm gonna talk to Chris. We're gonna set that up.
I think you can too.
Who you pick?
I'm taking you. Milo's
I'm
trash.
saying, like, what team you running with?
What team you pick?
I'm probably gonna play with the Hawks or the Bucks. Maybe the Knicks. Maybe.
Yeah, please pick the
I
Knicks.
play with the 76ers.
Oh, you're with Harden. Or maybe you're doing
Yeah.
you're the post scorer. Like you're gonna be using
Nah, I
Embiid and
think he
just
hard.
teasing
The
it.
way he explained this game, I think he hard.
Oh, he Harden.
Yeah.
We have a question in the chat for you, Don. So Chris is asking, are there any other hip hop artists that you know that are good at 2K?
None of them are better than me.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I promise.
I like that. I like that.
Me and Scrappy played at his house. You know what I'm saying? I beat them. Like you're really not gonna beat me in definitely not in no 5-on-5, not in like an online mode, or you're not gonna beat me in like a play now mode. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening.
No, I respect it.
I played 2K since Dreamcast, bro. Like I've been playing since you had to shoot the free throws with the two back buttons. Bro, like, you're not gonna beat me in 2K, bro. It's not happening.
So another question from Chris. What's your favorite game mode in 2K besides Play Now? I know you're good at Play Now and in Park and like online mode. But besides those,
yeah, my career, man, rec. Like I hadn't got all the way into the my team, not too much yet, but because I be grinding so hard on my career.
It costs a lot to get into my team. Ooh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, but I be in my career so much. I do want to try my team though, but I'm just so old school. I just be liking to play with like the teams, you know, as they are.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I do want to get into the my team, but my career is my favorite, man. Going into rec and just being on the playground, you know what I'm saying? Like I like park a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I mostly just be in like rec and trying to run it up. And then if I give me a squad like I'm gonna do this year, I'm definitely doing pro-am. I'm giving me a squad, bro. We gonna run it up this year.
All right, we'll see you in the pro.
You might see me, but I got one more question. So did you play the game a lot this year?
Yeah, I played a lot this year. Like I said, I made it to, this year I made a two-way inside-out point forward. Like you said, I like to be tall and run the point. So, and he can shoot, and he can dunk. He can pretty much do it. I think it's a slept-on build.
How many builds you be making?
There's a build like that in the 2K league actually. There's a big point guard.
Yep.
The 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know his name. I want to check him out. I gotta check him out. I just love big point guards.
Yeah. My other question was, so how many players do you make in every 2K? If you had to guess, like for me, I'll probably make like 4 or 3 different players every year.
Oh man, me too, bro. Like I make like just depending on like what's going on, but I always make like 2 3-point guards because I always mess up like the first 2 times I'm just gonna mess up.
Yeah,
like,
that's how it is for me too.
I'm throwing money at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I go on YouTube and be like, wait a minute, and then I mess that up. And then, so I make probably about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And I might make like a shooting guard, 3-point guard, and a small board. You know what I'm saying?
You don't be getting on the big? Are you scared of the paint, bro?
I ain't never made a big. I don't know how to play big. I don't know. Most of my favorite basketball players are like guards and like shooting guard. I just don't know how to play big, and then I'm a small person in real life, so I just, you know what I mean.
I feel like most of the time, like 2K players, they kind of bring their own game or like the way they wanted to play real ball and just kind of bring it to the game, you know. So maybe you were a PG when when you hoop, you probably play PG and that's what you wanted to play in the game. That makes sense.
That's you're exactly right.
All right, my man. I really appreciate you calling in, man. It was great having you on the show today.
I got one question for you, MDS.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
What's up?
Hey, because I be looking at, how y'all play, and it seems like it's, freestyle, but how often are y'all running plays, like actual plays during the game?
Yeah, so basically I'll give you like a small breakdown. So really, it's like, so since we all like are really good 2K players, we run PNR most of the time or 5 out, and we just call stuff for ourselves, and our point guard just trusts us. Like for me, I call the most plays on the team because I'm the shooting guard, so it's just the chemistry we have, and he just trusts me when I call stuff. I might call a cut here, I might call a cut, and then I pass it back to him. We just trust each other, so we just going off with our knowledge of our basketball IQ on 2K.
And also what the defense is giving you.
Yeah, definitely that too.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's cool. I always wondered how that worked because it looks so smooth. And I just like, I wonder if they call plays because it just be so like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just like, it looks so natural, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the comes like it would probably be like maybe MDS says like, see, I'm gonna cut here, I'm gonna hit the corner, something like that, and then he just does it, and it's usually there. You know, it's just like kind of reading the defense and going with the flow of the defense, if that makes sense.
Right. Do defense supposed to play man, or are they playing like zone? 'Cause it looks crazy when you watching it.
Yeah, so basically, like most teams start off in man, but once movements start happening, and it's too much, like because it's not real life, so you can't communicate everything you see. So people just zone it. So like you might send a cut, and then we might go into a zone, and then when he get back to her spot, we are gonna go back to man.
So it's constantly switching, and all y'all just know that. Like y'all all know that that's happening. Like it's on the same page.
Yep.
And then we have like defensive rotations that are like kind of like set that we know where everyone's supposed to be or everyone's supposed to rotate to.
Yep.
And then we just call it depending what the offense is giving us. You know, like maybe we see the point guard working in the middle and he goes, let's say, to the right wing, and we kind of call a rotation for that. Like we call a triangle or something. And then everyone on that side of the court, they know where they have to be and where they have to go. And that's kind of how it goes.
Just let me know how high level that y'all are compared to the average person, right? So
Yeah.
Mostly when we play, it's like, okay, we're going to do a 3-2, or we're going to play man.
Right.
Like, you just say a whole triangle.
Yeah.
If I say that,
Now they're gonna be confused.
all like, oh,
Huh? Yep.
Yeah, like the terminology in the 2K league is crazy, man. Like the Comp 2K players, they be calling plays and rotations like we don't even know what it is. I just kind of got to learn on the go. But yeah, man, it was great having you today, man. Again, I want to invite you over maybe to the facility one of these days. Maybe we can get that game of 2K. Maybe we see if you're really that good. We put you against MDS, against myself, maybe.
you trying to get me beat down. That's what's up. I appreciate y'all having me, man.
No, but I definitely want you to. No, of course, man. I definitely want you to come over and check out the 6'8" point guard. Since you love big point guards, I know you're gonna like that build. And you probably haven't seen it because it's in the 2K league build. So I know you're gonna like that a lot.
Yes, sir.
All right, my man. You stay safe. Thank you for calling in, and I appreciate you, man.
All right, y'all. In a minute.
All right.
Peace.
Well, all right, man. That was great, man. You see, like I like talking to people like that are really passionate about our game and our league and our esports, you know, and just like coming from a big artist like that, like knowing that they actually love 2K and all that, like it's just amazing, man. It's just amazing. Before we wrap up today, man, I have some big news that I wanted to share with our community and our listeners. So there's this thing going on around the 2K community right now, and it's the international competitions. So FIBA, the Basketball Federation, they announced that they're partnering up with the ESL group and the 2K League, and they're going to be bringing the international like FIBA competitions to the NBA 2K world, bro. Like there's going to be 5v5 format, Pro-Am, It's going to be on NBA 2K24, PS5, and that's just going to allow players from all over the world to kind of like showcase their talent on an NBA 2K League run platform, if that makes sense. So the agreement that the 2K League and FIBA and 2K Take-Two Interactive they made is just offering, the platform to organize international events for the national federations to bring their gaming communities, to bring their players, and it's just gonna provide opportunities for regional talents. Guys that are like maybe in Australia, like Harry with NBL, or guys that are in the Dominican Republic or in Canada, to just kind of like showcase their talents and come into the 2K League draft. And that's gonna be crazy, man. Like myself coming from that opportunity, I can tell like this is the next step. Now we're gonna have competitive 2K all year round in a way. Like you have the 2K League season that goes for 6 months, and then once that's over, we're gonna transition into the international competition. So it's kind of similar to what happens in real basketball. Like we have the Basketball World Cup or the Olympics, and that's gonna be official starting this year, bro. It's starting this year. So this, I think, it's gonna be in October, November. They're gonna start playing the regionals. That's gonna be like North America is gonna play North America, South America, Asia, Europe, APAC region, and then Australia. So we're going to have 2K all over the world, like the champions of each region. Then they're going to meet in like the final bracket. We're all going to fly out to like, I don't know where, maybe one of the countries is going to host. Yep. But that's going to be crazy. Imagine you have like the best players of the entire world, basically. And they're going to come into one country, and they're going to play for the World Championship of NBA 2K.
So I got a question for you. Who you think should be on the USA team going off this season?
Ooh, I mean, that's not my job. No, but I already got a team to put together.
No, I know, but what you thinking?
Man, I don't know. Like
I'll get 5 and you get 5.
Okay, I'll tell you my 5. I feel
Let's
like
go 1 for 1. Pick one, I pick one.
So my point guard, I think it should be Dre with 76ers.
Okay, if you're gonna take Dre, let me see who I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Unguardable. Ooh.
Unguardable's a good one. And if it's not one of them, I like Ant Season as well. I feel like Ant Season can bring that like JBM feeling into like Captain America role. Like he can be the captain of that crew. I like Ant Season too for that crew.
So who you going with shooting guard?
Shooting guard, man, that's a tough one because there's a lot of good shooting guards. I feel like Malik, since he already has the international experience, like
Kai though, Johnny, like
but like you know what I'm saying. Like with the international teams, it's different because like sometimes it's not what's the best talent.
The pair you put them with Dre.
It's about fit.
It's also duo,
but it's also about like the leadership and how committed they are to the game and to the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I like Malik. I like Kai. You could be a good option there too.
I like that.
Maybe if you do good in the tryouts, I can see you there. But yeah, those are my options.
So you got Malik. I'm gonna go with man. Who should I'm gonna go with Kai. I just gotta give it to Kai.
Okay, I respect that. Small forwards though, there's a lot of small forwards, but I believe that Crush, he got to come back. I feel like Crush is America's lockdown.
Yeah, I agree with Crush. I definitely agree with Crush.
I think he's the leader of that squad. I feel like everyone's like can see him becoming the captain of that squad, so he got to come back and be that.
Powerful. Who you thinking?
Power forward is tough. I like C's.
Unanimous?
I like C's.
You going? Yeah, I'm going C's too.
I like C's a lot. I think C's can be the power forward for that team.
Yeah, then my center would probably be I'll probably. I mean, for your team it's different, but for my team, I'll probably go.
Center got to be Rhea. I'm sorry, the center got to be Rhea. Yeah, you got the best player in the world right now. It's got to be him.
Yeah.
And he already has.
I like Rhea or DJ.
He already has U.S. basketball experience as well. Like,
I like
it's
DJ
a guy that you can easily bring into the program, and he's going to respond. You know, my team, the Dominican Republic, we're going to be soup, bro. We're going to bring the soup.
Okay.
I got my point guard. My point guard right here, C's. I got Antoine Love out in Charlotte. We got Jay Snacks with the Pacers. We got Crizzy.
Don't be bubble.
We got Tic Tac.
Don't get a bubble.
We got Jar City with the Mavs. We got Glowski down there in DC, bro. We have good players all around, bro.
Don't get a bubble.
I'm telling you,
people said the first one was bubble.
It was not bubble.
That's what the people said.
It was not bubble. We'll see. We'll see.
The first one was bubble, Milo.
Man, I'm excited for that competition. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to bring a lot more fans into the 2K League and just the 2K community as a whole. You know, like it's just going to bring excitement into it.
Yeah,
like,
it's going.
You can represent your country, man. Like that's big.
It's definitely gonna bring like people gonna have bigger fan bases. That's definitely what I can say. Like it'll go international. The league is not international yet, so once you get that, that far, it'll be crazy.
It's gonna be good for everyone
crazy.
in the NBA 2K community, bro. Anyways, man, it was a good show today,
Definitely
man. We
was.
talk about the
Definitely
NBA 2K. We talk about the 2K League a little bit. We talk about the FIBA tournaments that are coming in, the international stuff. Oh, before we go, the turn. So tomorrow is the Elite Eight, right?
Yep.
Who do you have winning the turn? Now that I have you here.
Winning a turn, man, Sixers or Pistons, in my
Okay, I like those picks. I feel like whoever wins that series might go all the way
Yeah,
too.
same.
I'm with you there. But yeah, we talk a little bit about the 2K League. We talked to Don P, a legend, a rapper from Atlanta, a
Yeah,
guy that
legend.
loves 2K, and that was my favorite part about it, man. Like
Same.
having like rappers, like big figures like that, like personalities like that love the game, that know about you, that know about the game, about the league. It's just really gratifying to talk to people like that, and I really appreciated him for stopping by, talking to us today. Man, we also talk a little bit about esports and their impact in society and culture. I feel like that was great. We had some people active in the chat. Shout out to C Torque, Paper Cash, and the guys that were there holding it down with us. And man, again, I hope to see you guys again on Thursday for another episode of Coach's Corner. It was Coach Maelo, your host. I had my guy MDS
Yes, sir. Yes,
co-hosting
sir.
with me today, and see you guys soon. Thank you for stopping by.